Hello and welcome once again to our foray into Pobble Live. And whilst we await other members of our school community joining us for today, we are going to take a little look to see what colour I went for with the Pobble Star. Does anybody want to hazard a guess? Hit 300 subs. That is really, really good. We've got up to 168 at the minute, which is really nice. People joining. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do to the channel, like the video. And if you add a comment into the chat, you will be put into our Pobble prize draw. Let's have a look. We've got some. Oh, somebody thinks red. Someone thinks green. Someone thinks blue, purple, green, blue. Let's have a look and see what color our star is for this week. Dun, 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 dun. Looks kind of brown, actually. It looks more brown on the camera than I expected. It's not brown. It's actually a golden star. Now, as some of you may know, this is going to be the last Pobble Live for a few weeks while we in Year 6 prepare for SATs and whilst I run a after-school club. Don't worry though, I'm going to leave this session with a long task and I'm going to give you plenty of time to do it because the prize is something really cool and really special. I'm also going to put out posters around the school so everybody else is aware of it and they can watch this video too and they can join in with it. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a moment, but we have to have a talk about the cardigan and tie combo that I am wearing this week. So I quite like this one. It's blue and grey and black and white and a little bit festive. It's kind of wintry, isn't it? But, you know, winter is ending now, so maybe not the right style. And then if we have a look at my tie, which was enjoyed very much by Mr. Hawkins today, we have a musical tie that has violins on it. Those are the ties. Loving the combo. Nice outfit. Good to hear. Hi from the right family. Ooh, they like the tie and jumper combo with a big smile. Just saying, this will be the last Pobble Live for a few weeks. We will be back in the summer term after the SATs have been completed. So, what are we going to do today? My mum was having trouble logging on, however, I'm here. Hi, sir, can you put your name in the prize draw? If you've commented in the chat, you don't need to put your name at all. What will happen is we'll take your YouTube name, that will be written down, and that will go into the prize draw. And all you have to do for the prize draw is to add to the live chat. All right, we're going to get going. We're going to talk about what we'll be doing today. And this is actually one of my favorite things with writing, and it's narrative. We're going to be talking about the writing of a story because today's Pobble Live is all about launching a story competition. We are going to end with a story competition. We are going to build our own stories. I'm going to tell you the different parts of the story that I would like you to write. And then you're going to go away and you're going to have a go at it. And I'm going to give you a long time to do this, but we are going to look at how we construct a narrative together now. So I'm going to go through the different areas, the different features of a narrative. And then at the end, I'll launch our competition and I'll tell you about the prize because it's a very special prize. Okay, here we go. The first part of writing a narrative is to construct a character. Now, wrongly so, a lot of people tend to do, not wrongly, it depends what you want to write about, but generally when people create a character, they make this character kind of fantastical, kind of out of this world, kind of over the top, kind of too much, when really what we should be doing when we're constructing a character is keeping them quite regular, quite normal, quite average, quite everyday. And the reason that we might do this is because our audience, the people that read our stories, want to be able to relate to the character that they are reading about. So, we break down a character into three kind of areas of description. The first is describing a character's appearance, the personality of a character, and the likes and dislikes of that character. We're going to get some words to describe an appearance, and I want this person to just be your normal, average person, usually a child if you're writing a child's story, or maybe an adult if you're writing a book that's geared more towards adult readers. But this person should be average and should be normal. Okay? The reason that we do that, one is because the audience will relate to that person, but also because we take an ordinary character and we place them into extraordinary conditions. Now, I'm not going to overwhelm this with language this week. We're going to gather little bits, but really I want this to be creative and up to you. So what I'm going to give you is an overall structure, and then I will tell you about the competition that will last until Pobble Live comes back. But let's think of ordinary. Because we want this character to be regular, to be ordinary. So I'm going to put those words up here. Ordinary, everyday, regular, average, normal. And I just want you to think of everyday descriptions we could give for anybody that we meet. Yeah? So we might say that they are friendly looking. We might describe their appearance as outwardly average. You might want to say that they're boringly, what could I pair that up with? Boringly standard. We want this average, everyday, normal person. And then from there, we'll give them some characteristics. So what might they be wearing? Because we're going to build up appearance now. What color might their hair be? What color might their eyes be? How might their smile look? How might their clothes look? What might they be carrying? But remember, keep it normal, keep it average, because we want to start from a very normal, very safe place in our story. So brown eyes, absolutely. Dark brown eyes or deep brown eyes. Let's not go sinister smile. We want this just a normal, average, everyday person. That's what we're starting with. What else could we have? Median, yeah, we've talked about that today, haven't we? The kind of middle. The eyes could be blue, the hair could be brunette, the clothes could be just a white top and jeans. We're keeping it normal, we're keeping it average. Too many times we go over the top right at the beginning, but we don't need to. These characters can be normal. And I think we need to start there to give realism to our story. And we're seeing that. Yeah, absolutely. You could talk about religion. You could talk about the faith that they follow. That wouldn't really fit in with appearance, but that certainly might come with personality or likes and dislikes. Kind of quirky, yeah, but on the lower end of that. So a little bit quirky. Maybe they have one or two really good talents, but we don't want to go over the top. Yeah, a normal orange t-shirt. And what's wrong with this normal language? Sometimes we go for this, big over the top language, but we don't need it. We can just talk about normal things. Makes jokes. Yeah, a comedian, somebody who likes to have a laugh, loyal. And we're kind of straying into the personality here, aren't we? So let's stop just thinking about appearance and language just to describe someone average, someone everyday, someone who might be our friend, might be us, just a normal everyday person. Yeah, they might be popular and within the realm of kind of everyday people. There are popular people. Maybe they're talented in some way. What way? Maybe at football, maybe at maths, maybe at art. Kind-hearted, absolutely. A quality of an ordinary person. And there is so much kindness in the world, which is a wonderful thing. Calm, absolutely. Maybe they wear a Hawaiian shirt. That's perfectly standard and normal. Yeah, kind of good. So not exactly good or bad, but a mixture of both, a complex mixture of both, but still relatively average. Kind of funny, composed, together, quiet, calm, loves the cinema. Absolutely. And every bit of extra information you give, even though it's really normal, builds this kind of three-dimensional character. Well-baked bread. I don't know what that means. Well-made bed, maybe keeps his bed tidy, his bedroom tidy, that kind of thing. Likes books like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Dogman, the kind of generic books that children really enjoy. Everyday, normal, composed and all together. I like that word as well. So, first of all, a bookworm like that one, that's great. First of all, you take this very normal, very everyday, very standard character, you describe them, and you make that description normal. Likes and dislikes, personality, the religion that they follow, the clothes that they wear, the family that they have, what they look like, what they sound like, all of that, and keep it relatively normal. That's the start of your story. This normal person needs to start in a normal place. And please notice here, I say starting setting. So this person is going to go to another setting eventually in the future. But for now, we're thinking about where this character is starting. So I want that to also be normal. It also has to be something else. It is normal, but it's also safe, because what you do is you describe two things. A place that we all know, something that we're all used to, something that's normal, that starts off average, that we all have experience of, because we're relating it to our reader. And then we describe that place as safe, because what we want to do is we want to take this normal character in this normal, safe place, and we want to transport them. We want to take them somewhere new, exciting, dangerous. But before we do that, everything must be normal, regular, as it has been. So could you please tell me what places are regular that we all have experience of? I see the Sahara Desert. Maybe they go there, but remember, this is the starting setting. Somewhere normal, somewhere everyday. School, lovely. So they could start in school. That's every day, isn't it? You go there 5 days a week. Everybody understands what school is. We have a shared knowledge of school. So your reader would understand school. Library, absolutely. We have libraries in our local area, and we all know what a library would be like. Shops, yeah, maybe it's just out shopping. Absolutely, a very normal place to start. A sports centre, home, yeah. Sports centre, yeah. Or maybe a leisure centre, or kind of like a gym, perhaps they might be at. What else? A park, yeah. Park. If they're an adult, yeah, it might be a workplace. Good idea. An arcade, yeah. There aren't as many arcades, but if you go to Merry Hill, they've got an arcade there, which is pretty cool. Yeah, maybe they're in bed, just in their bedroom. Yeah. What else have we got? A game shop, absolutely. So part of the shops that they go to work. Yeah, Star City. Maybe you make it a real place from a real city, and we do have Star City, and you could absolutely set your story there. A cafe, yeah, having a drink in a cafe. Asda, yeah, very normal, very average, and that is the key. Because we want it to be relatable, we want people to understand where they're from, and then we want to take that character somewhere else. So we also need to be able to describe these places as calm and safe and ordinary. So what words might we use to promote safety? I might say the everyday places. I might say safe place. I might say calm. I might say usual. I might say fun, entertaining. What else could we have? Relaxing, yeah. Place to go and relax. Good atmosphere, I like it. With a good atmosphere. You see, none of this is too much. None of this is over the top. It's all just very standard language, and that is okay. We can go over the top later. We're starting standard, a normal person in a normal place. Good atmosphere. Absolutely. Chill, yeah, laid back. Laid back environment. Chilled. Yeah. Easy going, yeah. Nice. Casual, yeah. At ease, yeah. Well done, everyone. Some great ideas. Yeah, I think so too, Mrs. Flanagan. And so we've started there, haven't we? We've started with a very normal person, described in a very normal way with things that everybody knows. You know, they haven't got a sword and a shield and, you know, wearing armor. They're just an average everyday person. They carry a messenger bag with a laptop in it. They go to meetings. Yeah. Their favorite drink is a pumpkin spice latte. You know, just normal things that normal people do. This really grounds the story in realism, grounds that story in a real world, and you want it to start in a real world, because then we think of a mode of transportation. So it starts with this normal character in this normal world, but all of a sudden this character gets taken to another place, another time, another world, another universe, another dream, another something odd, something weird, something not normal now. And they're a normal person trying to understand this not normal situation. Just like you, the reader, a normal person in a not normal situation. So how do they go there? What happens to them? Well, there's the standard, and one that a lot of writers use is a portal. So they come across a portal. Let's look at Harry Potter. He runs through the wall, doesn't he, on platform 9 3/4, and all of a sudden he's in a wizarding world. Let's look at Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. In the back of the wardrobe is a portal to Narnia. Let's look at the Knights of the Wobbly Table. A portal opens to the past and they come flying through into the present day. Portal is a way that we can transport our normal character from our normal place into these fantasy amazing worlds. So what other ways could they be transported? Absolutely, water, a whirlpool. Sucked into a whirlpool or a vortex, absolutely, with water. How else? Maybe a door, and that would kind of come under this portal. So I will get that idea and I'll put it under it through a door, a magical door. Maybe it's a magical item. So they find, I don't know if you've seen bed knobs and broomsticks, but on the bed knob that they twist, they tap and they say a place and it takes them there anywhere in the world. That would be so cool, wouldn't it? Maybe in a dream, maybe transport through a dream. Yeah, they go to sleep and they wake up in another world. So through sleep. What about, can I ask, could we stop spamming the chat? A lot of chat that's just not being related. If that carries on, we will remove that person that's spamming. Everybody else, well done, doing really well. Weather, absolutely. The Wizard of Oz, they get sucked up into that tornado, don't they? So weather might be a way to get to the other world or a mode of transport. Maybe it actually is a weird carriage or a weird vehicle or a weird car or plane. or maybe the plane goes through a magical storm and ends up within another world. Yes, it could be a portal that teleports you through to a different planet, maybe years away. Maybe it's just a bush, or maybe there's a bright light, so a light could appear and could surround them and take them away. Maybe it's a mythical creature. If we think about Percy Jackson, the reason that Percy Jackson ends up in the other world is because he's chased by a Minotaur, and he actually defeats that Minotaur and escapes into another world, doesn't he? Maybe a vision. Yeah, maybe it's a vision. Really nice idea. Maybe they have the character has a special vision, fall through the fabric of time, so maybe just disappear. I like that. Really good idea. A sting. I'm not sure how that. Maybe they get attacked by an animal or an insect, and the sting takes them to another world. Maybe he went lightning struck through, sucked into a TV stream. That would be kind of a portal. Lovely. Lots of really, really good ideas, and really good that you're adding them into the chat. Lovely. So these are the ways they could be transported. But these are strange, aren't they? They're out of the ordinary. They're not normal anymore. So we take that normal language to describe our character, to describe their initial setting. And now we get to the exciting bit. Can we describe some of these things? So a portal could be swirling. It could be pulsing. It could be odd. It could be weird. It could be bizarre. It could be out of the ordinary, out of the ordinary. It could have sounds like a whizzing or a whirring sound, a buzzing or a humming sound, an otherworldly sound. I like that, otherworldly. So like from another world, otherworldly sound. Yes, strange. I didn't get that one. Yes, strange. A pushing and a pulling sensation all at once. Peculiar, eccentric. I like it. Keep them coming. Stomach turning or stomach churning as you're moving through. I do like the word peculiar. That is a very nice word for odd. Outlandish. Wow. Yeah, leading to mystery worlds. Absurd. Yeah, it's utterly absurd. It's so far from the average and the everyday and the normal that now it's absurd. Now it's weird. Now it's eldritch. Now it's madness. Now it's twisting and turning and stretching and winding. Appalling. Yes, maybe it's something really revolting. Or maybe they're rushing through and there's a feeling of dizziness and sickness, of being pushed and pulled, as you said, of being turned and churned and twisted and made anew in this new world. Revolting, yeah, or revolted. Absolutely. So there is lots and lots and lots of words that we can gather for there. And that takes us to the next part of our story. And this is where you can really have fun. You can construct another world, and this can literally be anything. It can literally be anything you want, because you've taken this ordinary person, you've put them in this extraordinary situation, and now they've landed in this world, this new world, this world that comes from you, that comes from your imagination. So what could this world be? Well, let's go wild. It could be a land of giant human eating or human devouring chocolate bars. Let's go wild. Why not? A land of giant human devouring chocolate bars. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I'm the king of Cadbury Land, and I'm going to gobble you up whole. I need to be careful with the faces that I pull, because occasionally Mrs. Bensley snips the video and puts it onto our Pobble board in school. So I don't know if I necessarily want this face. What could we do? So Antarctica, yes, absolutely. Taken to a completely different place. Cold, has to survive. That's a good idea. What else? Where else? World of entertainment and toys coming to life. Absolutely. Maybe Andy's bedroom from Toy Story. But yeah, toy world where everything is a toy. but not everything is as it seems, and not everything is good, even though it is a toy. What else could we have? Any other worlds that you can think of? Maybe it's in space, a habitable planet with aliens and eerie creatures on the surface. Yeah, absolutely. And maybe he needs a special spacesuit to breathe, and maybe somebody brings him that spacesuit to survive. Take him to Cadbury World. I don't know if that's out of the ordinary. It certainly exists, and it certainly is a fun place. Candyland, absolutely. Barcelona, so it might just be a different country. Where else? Come on, use your imaginations. Where's weird? Where's strange? Maybe a world where the oceans are made out of jelly. Yeah, a place where the sky is just full of rainbows and clouds and dreams. Come on, let's be more creative. A world out of this world. I did my best. Okay. Canyon world. Yeah, a world full of canyons and desert creatures. Maybe endless deserts or endless night or endless twilights. Or, come on, what do you like? What do you enjoy? I know, for example, we've got somebody who loves Lego. What about a world that's built out of Lego? What about Minecraft, a world where everything is blocks? Living in an animation with animation rules. Absolutely. That might be a world that they're sucked into. A world full of raining green neon frogs. Now we're going zany. Now we're being a little bit odd. Yeah, horrible history. So maybe they go back through different periods of history to the most horrible parts of history. Yeah, a world made of Lego, as we said. You like Minions, so maybe they go to that world. They get sucked into their favorite TV shows. Maybe they're reliving the same day over and over again. Yeah, maybe it's the same morning, the same afternoon, the same night. They wake up and it's the same day. Lovely. Land of green sand. A world of newspapers and of facts. Of Cristiano Ronaldo. Absolutely, maybe. Good. But they're taken to this weird world that's different, and they react to it. They feel strange. They feel out of place. They are just a normal, everyday person, and all of a sudden they're extraordinary because they are new and strange to this world. And then there's a problem. Now, this problem isn't them in danger. We need to specify that. The problem sets them on a quest. Yeah? The problem sets them on a quest. So usually what a hero of a story will do is they'll go to this new land or to this new place, and then they'll find out about a problem. They won't be in danger at that point. They will find out about a problem that's affecting the world or the people. And then they usually will go on a journey to try and solve this problem. In Narnia, the problem is forever winter and animals being turned to stone. In Harry Potter, the problem is he who shall not be named, who's coming back. What other problems might there be in this new world? Can we think about a problem that might be in this new world? Okay, so we've got flowers. So we've got flowers that release sleeping gas. So the flowers, a little bit Sleeping Beauty, isn't it? Flowers that put people to sleep, taking over the world. So maybe the quest is to go and find something to defeat the flowers. What else could the danger be? I mean, it could be a villain, couldn't it? So it could be a witch. It could be a warlock, evil warlock. It's like an evil wizard. It could be general villains from stories. It could be an evil king or queen or ruler that is corrupt and needs to be dethroned. It could be a magician, absolutely, a wicked magician. It could be what? What else could it be? A knight, so a wicked knight, or a warrior that's turned evil, warrior. It could be a mythical creature, like a dragon or a minotaur, like we said. It could be, what else could it be? Aliens, yeah, maybe aliens, or maybe they go into a world where there's a war. Maybe there's a war already taking place and they've got to bring peace. Yeah, so it could be an animal on the loose, or maybe an animal that's specific to this world. Yeah, it could involve religion, couldn't it? Or past religions. So like the Greek gods and goddesses. It could involve Greek gods and goddesses, or other mythology, like Norse mythology, gods and goddesses, and maybe something like the lightning thief has happened that's made one of these gods angry. Maybe dream world is becoming nightmare world. Maybe giants. Absolutely, that's a good idea. A dangerous kangaroo. That's interesting. It's certainly zany, certainly out there. Absolutely, some good ideas. But there's usually a problem. And then the character will go on this quest. And then there's a saying with stories: what you should do with your character is you should chase them up a tree, and then you should throw things at them. You should chase them up a tree and you should throw things at them. So basically what that means is a character's journey is not just one problem. What happens is they go on a quest, and then negative things start to happen. Negative thing after negative thing after negative thing. They keep happening to that character. Yeah? Because we don't want them to go on an easy journey. We want that character to experience negativity so that they can grow. They started out ordinary, but by the end of the story, they become something different, something amazing. Someone who's experienced adversity, have gone through the trials and come out a hero, become a hero. But in every story, there is always this part. Constructing the worst point. So what usually happens in a narrative, in a children's book, in a well-constructed story, is that the hero will go through lots of negative things. But then they'll go through the thing that almost breaks them, that almost stops them, that almost defeats them. And this is what we used to call the problem, but I'm calling it now the worst point. So it's the worst point of the story where all hope is lost and it looks like the hero is going to fail. What could that be? Well, maybe they've faced the beast or the creature or the monster or the wizard, and they've lost. They've lost, they've been cast out, they've been hurt. Maybe somebody in the story gets turned to stone. Maybe someone in the story gets lost. Maybe something really, really negative happens. What negative things can you think of from stories that you've read, which you would say is the worst part of the story? Yes, and maybe, thank you there, they are stuck in a really negative place, dangerous place. And maybe their life is at risk at this part of the story. What other negative things do we know from the stories that we've read? Real negative points in the story, the worst part. The villain captures them. Maybe the villain captures their friends. Maybe there's an argument between the friends that leaves them low, leaving someone behind, someone being trapped in a cave. Betrayal, absolutely. Maybe they're betrayed by somebody they trust. Maybe they lose their powers. Maybe they decide to quit, it's too much, and they go. Trapped, locked away, failing. And I really want you to lead up to this point in the story. Spaceship just flies away and they're stuck forever, and that's it. They think they're lost. There's no way of getting back. They're betrayed by their best friend. These are really kind of negative things that may affect a hero. And at this point, they may give up. Lovely. But then you construct a resolution. The problem with stories that I read is you'll create a problem and then you'll immediately solve it. That's not how it works. There needs to be a build up to the resolution. So let's just take one point. Let's say there's an evil warlock who's captured all of our hero's friends and then has taken our hero's newfound power. Cast them out, he's lost. The hero falls. The hero feels like a failure. Their friends are all trapped. There's nothing they can do. They have lost. They have failed. They're at a low point. But then we give our hero a glimmer of hope. And it's usually from another character who builds our hero back up. Why are you down here? Why are you broken? Here is some power. Maybe they find an item. Maybe they see themselves in a mirror. Maybe they just reflect on what has happened and they say, do you know what? Do you know what? I'm not going to give up. I'm going to go back. I'm going to fight. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to stand up for my friends and I will save the day. I may have been ordinary. I may have been normal, but here I will make a stand. No more. I will fight to free my friends. And they go back, but they almost lose. You need to keep that tension there for a reader. It can't just be they win, they win, they win. No, it's short sentences. It's ellipsis to keep our reader waiting. It's not telling. Not saying exactly what's happened, but describing the pain. It's building suspense. Oh, there's action, it's happening, but we're not letting our hero win. Not until the last moment, not until they've been brought down to their knees with the power of the warlock. Not until it looks like all hope is lost again. They failed, they've gone back, they're going to fail again, but all of a sudden they remember they've got that magical item and they pull out that magical item and they free themselves. It knocks back the warlock. And just when we thought the hero was defeated, they strike, they win, and they free their friends. They've won. They reflect. Their emotions are shared. And then we construct an ending. And here we have a choice. We have the standard happy ending that usually accompanies a children's book. That's fine. They've defeated the evil. They've won. They go back through the vortex. They return home. And everything is as it was, except now the hero has more confidence, is braver, can stand up to the bullies in the in the average world. They've learned something. Happy ending. You could have a tragic ending. The hero has saved his friends. They go to leave, but the wizard casts one last spell, and our hero is forever turned to stone. A twist ending. A twist ending. The hero's best friend, who's accompanied them all the way through the journey, turns round and says, "Thank you so much for saving all of us and for defeating that warlock. After all, now there's no one to stop me from taking his power." Oh no! The best friend was the villain all along, driving the hero to take out the warlock so he could become the new evil. And maybe you leave it at that point on a cliffhanger where you don't tell the reader what happens next, unless they read the sequel. 4 types of ending: happy, tragic, twist, something surprising, or cliffhanger. You don't tell the reader what happens, you leave it open. Let's look at what we've gone through. This is our map for building our story. Create a normal character in a normal everyday setting that people can relate to. Create a mode of transport that takes them to a strange world and a strange land. Create that other world. And you might want to be artistic. You might want to draw pictures. You might want to design the world using a mood board. That's up to you. Create a problem, not one that's going to hurt your character yet, just a problem in that world. Take your character towards their lowest point. So the thing that makes them the saddest, the point where they're almost defeated, the point where they almost give up. Build a resolution, but a resolution that almost fails. If they build an army to go and fight the army that is attacking the land, maybe they almost lose. Maybe they need to use a secret weapon. Maybe they do lose. And then end. A twist, a happy ending, a sad ending, or a cliffhanger. The reason I've given you these ideas is because I'm going to set you a task now. I will be putting posters around the school for this task. But I thought I'd end Pobble with a free story write. And here's what's going to happen. I am going to open the competition now. Entries can come in whenever they're ready. You have until the end of May. So that gives you 2 months. 1.5. You have 1.5 months to create this story. You can draw pictures and you can write. And here's what I'm going to do. The very best stories, not just one, the very best stories, I'm going to have made into a real book. I'm going to have it written, printed, and bound into a book. And that book is going to go into our school library so that in years to come, children can go into that library and they can read the stories that you have written. If you draw pictures, I'll scan them into the computer and we'll add them into the book as well. The best written and the best entries, yeah, it's absolutely fine if you write it in a notebook. And what I'm saying is this, because you've got 1.5 months, you can really take your time and write a really good, really long story. Yeah. There will be one more Pobble draw. The chosen stories will make it into the book. And for the very best story, the one that starts the book, there will be a Pobble prize. Thank you, Mr. Keeling, for all your time you've put into Pobble Live. Thank you for helping me find myself through writing. That is a really, really wonderful thing for you to say, and that means a lot to me. And I really hope that through Pobble Live and through writing in school, you have found a love for writing. And I can't wait to see some of these stories, and I can't wait to share them with the rest of the school. The poster will be going round. There will be prizes coming around this week. And it's not goodbye, because I'm going to be seeing you in about 5 weeks and you'll still see me around school. So that's fine. It just means that Pobble Live is pausing, not ending. Pobble Live will be back in a few weeks' time. Mrs. Flanagan is also saying she can't wait to see the stories too. You made me get my pen. Thank you for everything. You put your time into Pobble Live. You don't have to thank me. Thank you so much all for coming. Thank you for being a part of it. And until we see each other again on Pobble Live, I must ask that you do keep on pobbling. Bye, everyone.